Hi friends, it's Varda here. I have a video tutorial for you showing how to make a post-it notes holder. So we're going to make something just like you see on screen right now. This is something I put together using some pattern paper and an acrylic photo frame and of course some post-it notes. We are going to take a look at doing something like this, not this exact design, but something similar. You'll get the basic idea and then you can play with it with different materials. The things that I used to make this post-it notes holder, I started with an acrylic frame. This is a 4x6 frame. I got it for $1.99 from my craft store. Of course, I used some post-it notes. I also used the pattern papers that came with Simon Says Stamp August 2015 card kit. They're absolutely gorgeous papers. I used the wood grain piece as my base, and on top of it, for embellishments, I used some of the smaller patterns that came in the same kit. Also, I used the jelly roll pen, I think it is called as, that came with the kit. It adds shine, so I really liked it. I also used a couple puffy stickers that came with the kit. So all these items came in the August kit from Simon Says Stamp. I also collected a few washi tapes. They are Scotch Expressions washi tape. I got them from Target. I found that the colors already coordinate with the things in the craft in the card kit, but I did not end up using them. You will see later as we put this together. To begin with, I created a quick sketch of things, and that kind of shows me where I want what item to go, what embellishment, etc. to go. I usually like to start a project like this with a sketch because I can refer to it time and again as I'm going through making the project. So I went ahead and cut the wood grain paper to the size of the insert. So it's 4x6. I use the insert as my guide, but you can always use 4x6 as the dimensions using your ruler or your paper trimmer and just get it to that size so it will fit in the acrylic sheet perfectly. So that's the idea here. That's going to be your base background. I also went ahead and cut a small strip that I want to go at the top from another pattern paper. It says it's a beautiful sunny day or something. It's really pretty. So I put it together at the top. I also went ahead and cut a smaller pattern as my main embellishment. It has a saying, enjoy the simple life, and I think I need that as a reminder every day. So I decided to put that as my main embellishment. The idea behind using papers from a single stack or single collection is that they're already color coordinated for you and you don't have to worry too much about getting the colors right. As long as you stick to the patterns in the single collection, you will have everything coordinate very nicely. To begin putting things together, I picked one of the post-it notes and put it on the layout so I can see where things are going. When I stick papers one to the other, the entire theme is going to be um, the thickness is going to be 2 papers thick. I think that's maximum how much we can accommodate in an acrylic photo frame, so I did not add anything more. The post-it notes as well as some of the embellishments will go on top of the acrylic frame. It will fill that empty space there and it will stay on top of the frame. I also went ahead and added the little shine on that heart. I love to add such small details to my cards or any paper crafting projects. I think it just adds a little extra something. I hope you can see the shine on video, but that's what it makes to regular paper, and that's beautiful. I try to lay it together and arrange the things just so that I can start adhering them. But before I actually go ahead and put them together, I want to ink the edges of my little embellishments so that they are not white. Having them white makes them appear like raw and unfinished. So I like to ink the edges. If you want really defined edges, you can go a little darker, but for this layout and pattern, I wanted it to be really simple. So I just lightly rub the sponge with black ink on it, and that gives it a little bit of finished look, I feel. Now I'm turning it around and adding my adhesive. I'm using regular adhesive here, regular tape runner. You can of course use Mod Podge or your favorite liquid glue. Whatever sticks the paper to the other will work just fine. You don't have to worry too much about it. Just make sure that it is a medium that you are comfortable working with. For example, if you're comfortable working even with a glue stick, go for it. Make sure it sticks nicely. I'm pressing it down so that it just stays there. My the little sparkle that I added to the heart has dried now, so I'm turning it over. I'm turning the strip over, going on it with my tape runner and making sure that it is covered well with glue, and I will adhere that piece. So at this point, the layout is really half of your acrylic photo frame. The insert inside will have some patterns and everything. The other half is going to be covered by the post-it note. So typically I like to have something horizontal at the top, and then something little vertical or squarish on one side, just to make the design seem balanced. I'm nudging these pieces very slowly into the acrylic frame and making sure they fit nicely, and that's what you have. Even at this point, I think it looks completely finished. You don't have to add anything at the top, but I decided to add the adventure and summer stories puffy stickers because they're very cute, and for a beach girl like me, I think it makes sense. Summer is my favorite season and I love all the sporty adventurous things, so I decided to go with it and I added them. I wasn't sure the adhesive on the back of the stickers will stick to the acrylic, but it did. So I was very happy. I didn't have to add anything else. It was just very easy. Pick up the stickers and lay it off on the acrylic frame. So that's going to be the major designing things we are going to do here. What is left to do is just putting the post-it notes together on it. I removed the white piece and made sure that the adhesive at the back of this post-it notes is exposed, and I'm sticking it so that the sticky piece is on the paper that's coming out of the acrylic frame. So it's paper to paper, it should stick. Later on I realized that it still wasn't very strong, so I added a tiny strip of the red tape. It's called as Wonder Tape, I think. That's a very strong adhesive, so I added a bit of it at the bottom of that blue post-it note stack. I also stacked 3 sets of post-it notes, one on top of the other, because I really use a lot of them, and I think all 3 together really coordinate well with the color combination I'm going for. So I added all of them and I stacked them on top of the other. Depending on the pattern you choose, you can of course match the color of your post-it notes. They come in a variety of colors, I tell you, and you can just choose whatever colors work best for you and the design that you have in mind. At this point, I'm not going to do anything. Earlier I had thought of decorating the pen. It's very simple. Take a clear pen like I'm showing here on the refill, wrap a pattern paper and then slip it back in. That's what I did on the older post-it notes holder. I didn't do it here because I thought that the blue goes very well with the rest of the theme, so I just left it alone. My design itself was pretty busy with all the things that are already there on the wood grain piece as well as the other embellishments I added, so I did not want to add anything overboard kind of design elements on it. So that's it. That's the post-it notes holder. It takes less than 10-15 minutes, but it's really beautiful and functional piece that you can use as a gift or use it for yourself. Here are some of the photos that you can see. It's beautiful. It has lots of texture and dimension and lots of colors, and they all go really, really well together. I loved working on this and getting it done. So yeah, it's that saying, it's going to be a bright and sunny day. It's sunshiny day. It's beautiful. Excuse me. Here I'm showing you the older post-it notes holder that I made. Again, as you can see, I used different colors of post-it notes and I kept the theme, the color theme same, and I put the other embellishments accordingly. I hope you like this video. I hope you feel inspired to try something like this. You will see more of such things on vardasharma.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up here. Subscribe to this channel and also to my blog. Do tell me what else you would like to see as a video tutorial, and I'll be happy to put something together for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.